Yeah, the first day was quite eventful, I would say. So, transfer meeting, flew in. We had all day of training, and we have transfer meeting, and transfer meeting got over about 7 o'clock. And at this point, I was really hungry. I hadn't eaten anything since early morning, so I was pretty hungry. So I got my trainers. I was actually in a trio, so we got in the car leaving, and I didn't want to be rude and be like, are we going to get something to eat? So I just asked like, yo, so what's going? What are we gonna do now? And they thought like, oh, we're inspired. We're gonna go tracking some. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna have you do the first door too. I think you just throw you right into it. You'll learn it real quick. Like, aren't you gonna like show me how you do it first? And like, no, we're just gonna throw you right into it. So we're walking through this apartment complex, and we walk straight to the store. And they're like, we feel inspired to track this door. And I kind of had a feeling like there might be something up, but I was like, whatever. Maybe they really are just throwing me into getting used to it. So we walk up to the door, and my companions are like, yeah, if you need anything, we're right here. We'll back you up. We got you covered. So we knock on the door, and this guy comes to the door. He's Hispanic, and he's holding this beer bottle in his hand. And he just starts screaming at me in Spanish, and his kids are in the background yelling, and he's yelling at them and yelling in Spanish. And I look back at my companion, and they're just like, I don't know what to do. Like, they just kind of like shake their head. So he keeps yelling at me, and then he pauses, and I just tell him, habla no español. And that it works. So he kept talking a little more, yelling at me, and then he slams the door. And then by this point, my companions are laughing, so I knew something was up. And so they've opened the door. That was actually our dinner. But they pulled off good. He was actually counseling the bishopric, so he totally planned it out. It was a good dinner though. So eventually, actually, one of the other members are kind of upset that my companions did that to me. But luckily, I'm the kind of person that thought it was funny. So it was all kind of a blur. I don't really remember anything specific. I do remember just like thinking the difference of the MTC, actually meeting new people, and kind of really seeing those that are not religious, or those that are a little religious that want to talk with you, and then others that completely just shut you down. So I just remember kind of seeing everything and how it was really different from the MTC, and I remember just feeling like, wow, this is like the place, like I'm out, outside, away from the MTC. So I came out right before Thanksgiving. Like 3 days before Thanksgiving, I flew into California. And so it's kind of nice to be able to go at Thanksgiving dinner, 3 days later with the family. So it's kind of nice to, feel back in, like I said, the real world again, but having, members. I really felt like the members were helpful. And just kind of as the crazy time of adjusting, it was nice to be able to go to somewhere and kind of feel, I guess, a little bit at home again in a way. So